Well, now on your feet at 5, over the weekend, we told you about a Mayfield Heights apartment complex that was condemned by the city Friday, forcing over 100 residents to evacuate with just 2 days' notice. After additional inspections yesterday, most residents have been told they can come back. Brandon Simmons has details.
With barely any notice, more than 100 residents spread out across 80 units were told the place they call home was unsafe. Mayfield Heights Director of Building made the decision after structural engineers found some concerns at Mayfield Gardens Apartments.
After that phone conversation, I determined that the best course of action was to just evacuate everybody from the building until we could establish a better scope of what was actually happening.
Over the weekend, residents spent the day frantically packing. But after additional inspections Sunday, a new notice was posted and most residents have been allowed to return, except for those living in 12 specific units.
So we're going to try to meet with each of the residents of the 12 units individually and try to work out something that is good for each of them.
While engineers were able to clear the center portion of the building to be occupied, the southeast and southwest corners still have issues.
There are some structural issues, there's floor separation, there's a little bit of movement, so before we're going to let anybody go back in there, we've got to get that temporary stabilization in place.
The building is roughly 60 years old, and the issues were discovered when an engineer was brought in to consult on renovation work being done. Attorneys for the building owner, LHU, which took over the property a little over a year ago, say there were no problems until now.
There were no failed inspections.
And already residents are slowly making their return. But now you're allowed to come back.
That's what they told me, and I was like jumping up with joy.
All in all, most of those involved have been satisfied with the process, understanding that the inconvenience they're facing was all in the name of safety. Now, workers will have to shore up portions of that building before those remaining 12 units can be occupied once again. I have been told by the owners that they have offered for tenants to be able to terminate their leases with no questions asked. They're also willing to return their July rent and security deposits, but many residents have decided to stay. In Mayfield Heights, I'm Brandon Simmons, 3 News.